I have some bad news for Ulquiorra.
Ah, you're back.
With his awakened power in a bold rush, he makes a decisive move. Recognized by Soul Society, he is the destined substitute Shinigami, Ichigo Kurosaki Bankai. He is another 5-star ease of use character, so both the first and second versions of Ichigo are 5-star ease of use. Looking at his skill chart, he has pretty high attack, pretty tanky. He's got decent reach, and that's probably because of all the Getsuga Tenshos that he has, and he's got some decent mobility on him as well. So he's not, I don't think he's as tanky or as high in attack as Kenpachi, but this is the stats for his base, I'm assuming, and when he uses his awakening and then his reawakening, all of these just go off the charts. Maybe not skills necessarily, but at least the main categories that he has. Speaking of skills, the first thing that they show us outside of his auto attack is his unique skill, Getsuga Tensho, a long distance attack that fires a Getsuga Tensho. Damage can be increased by holding down the button for a long time. If we are lucky enough to have this have a property similar to Kisuke's Kamasori Binahime, where it also destroys projectiles, then this is going to be an absolutely disgusting move to pull out neutral, because it's only a unique skill, a signature move, and those don't cost, to my knowledge, those don't cost any of your EX meter, so you can just throw these out for free pretty much whenever you want. I think if it did have that type of property, they would have made mention of it. I don't think it will cancel out projectiles like some of the other projectile moves that we have in the game, but it still will be annoying to deal with just trying to get in and do damage to Ichigo. They did not actually show us in the trailer they gave us his first spiritual pressure technique, but on the website it's listed as swinging blow. Jumps up and slashes at the opponent. Damage is low, but there's an invincibility period before it starts. So there's one thing they do show where it could be this. When he awakens and he has on his full mask, there's a move he does at the end of his combo string where he teleports behind them and then fires what I assume to be a Getsuga Tensho. That could possibly be his first spiritual pressure technique. I don't think so though. I think that might just either be a movement technique or just the way that that combo ends. If we want to look at anything as the swinging blow, that would be the only thing I think. The second thing that they actually show us in the trailer is his second spiritual pressure technique. It's called Moonfang here, but in the trailer it's called Getsuga Aura. A special gauge is obtained and the attack is strengthened in the Getsuga Matai state. While the effect is active, combo damage increases, allowing for powerful attacks. The gauge decreases when a skill is used or when the user is attacked. So it specifically says it will increase combo damage. Once again, you'll have a special gauge that pops up, kind of similar to how Toshiro's gauge was in his breakdown. Now, my thing is, it specifically says in this description, it's the attack that's being strengthened. So I don't think the speed or reach or anything like that will be buffed once you use Getsuga Aura. It's literally just a straight up buff to his attacks. That'll be your Getsuga Tensho, that'll be your swinging blow, and that'll be your actual just regular attacks that you throw out when you're doing your regular combos as well. That's what I'm reading when I read that. The next thing they show us is his awakening, Hollowification. By becoming a hollow, the overall performance is strengthened. The amount of spiritual pressure gained is increased slightly, allowing for strategies that make better use of spiritual pressure techniques. It sounds like his spiritual pressure meter, so his EX meter, builds up a little bit faster, so nothing unique, nothing crazy. Doesn't even sound like he gets an attack boost or anything like that. No, it says overall performance is strengthened, so they most likely mean like literally everything he has here goes up slightly, maybe not a full web, but half a web. And the way that he builds his EX meter happens faster, not crazy fast, most likely not anywhere as close to Ulquiorra, but it's still going to be decent enough to where that's considered part of the mechanic. Lastly, they show us his reawakening, his complete holification. When the character's fighting spirit reaches its maximum from an awakened state, so I'm assuming that means sublimation. That's what they're saying. When you go awakening and then that bar fills up again, it says sublimation. So while you are in sublimation and their soul reaches 0, they will become a complete hollow and be revived. Oh, okay, so it literally works like how it works in the show. So when you have sublimation activated and you lose all of your souls, that is the only way you can activate your reawakening form when you are playing as Ichigo Bankai. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. So my question is, since that brings you back to life, are you now walking around only with one Konpaku left, like one soul, one stock? So pretty much any attack will take you out. Not any attack, but any Kikon move will take you out? Or is it like you have the one soul and it's a full bar of health and it's just like stage 3 of a boss fight, do or die, that's the last thing you get? That's very interesting to me. With him being as strong as he is, it would make sense, and this is how I'm assuming it works. When you have sublimation and you lose all of your souls, you come back with one more soul, one more stock, one more Konpaku, and a full bar of health, a full bar of Reishi. I think that's how that will work. The transformation won't have a timer on it or anything like that. The timer is literally you dying. So when you run out of health, that's when you'll run out of his full holification. That's how I think it'll work. I'm extremely excited to see how that will play out in a competitive scene and in just general use, because there's two things that I can see happening. We might not be seeing a lot of full hollow Ichigos online, or we might see people intentionally letting themselves die just to have that full holification pop up, especially if there's no timer. Like, say that they do have a timer on top of the smaller amount of health overall, so no matter what, when that timer runs out, you still die. Maybe it's balanced, but I don't know. It's going to be very, very interesting to see how this plays out. Now, jumping to Ulquiorra, I have some bad news for Ulquiorra. The 4th Espada emerged from nothingness, overwhelming the enemy with its super fast recovery of spiritual energy and 2nd stage release. He is a 3-star ease of use character, and his stats spread, okay, so he is actually a zoner, believe it or not. He is a very fast zoning character that has decent attack. He's kind of squishy, and he's not very special skills oriented. As you guys have probably been able to see, he genuinely, outside of his reverse actions and outside of his awakenings, genuinely in his base form only has 2 attacks. This Void Flash is just his Seto. He has it as a unique skill, and he has it as his spiritual pressure technique too, unfortunately. We are going to go over the differences here soon, so let's just start from the top. His unique skill, they call it Void Flash, consumes one's own spiritual particles, which is your health, to fire a hollow flash forward. In addition to increasing combo damage, it can be used in a wide range of ways, such as closing gaps in attacks and blocking opponents' counterattacks. I don't know specifically what they mean when they say blocking your opponent's counterattacks, but the genius that he is, the homie N over in my Discord, actually left a comment on our video saying how this might mean that when he fires the Seto, it doesn't actually trigger the counterattack. So if you have a character in their counterattack state while you're attacking them and then you hit them with the Seto, it literally would just break through that, do the damage, and not trigger the counterattack. And that actually might be how it works. So I'm going to be interested to see what specifically they mean by blocking opponents' counterattacks. The second thing that they show us is his Spiritual Pressure Technique 1. They call it Super Speed Playback. Gradually recovers spiritual energy over time. Hold down to increase recovery amount. And honestly, this looks like the nastiest part of his kit, because you can use this so fast. I don't know how long holding down the button makes the animation, but at least the very base form of this animation, you are able to do this while somebody is still in their knockback frames, knockback animation, and their recovery frames. It says gradually recovers spiritual energy, which is health, once again, your reishi, over time. So I guess when you pop this, you're not just getting that chunk back immediately. It gives it back to you over time. So you can't just be super duper reckless, get your health down as low as you want, and then pop this and get all your health back. You still have to play around and be strategic with it, which makes a lot of sense. So my question is, does this stack? Is it stackable? Can you put a whole bunch of these on at the same time and your health is just going up super fast? Or is it you put on one and then it has a cooldown, you can't use it for a certain amount of time, or say you use it twice in a row, it just doesn't stack, you just used it for no reason? Like, I don't know. We'll have to see when some more gameplay actually drops. For his second spiritual pressure technique, unfortunately it is just the Seto again. By consuming spiritual power and spiritual particles, it can release a powerful hollow flash, which is the exact same thing as his unique skill. It is an enhanced version of the unique technique and can be used in the same way, but it can also be activated in succession from the unique technique to produce high combo damage. So what that sounds like to me is you get one Seto you can use in a combo string from your unique skill, and then you get another one that you can use in a combo string from your spiritual pressure technique 2. So you can pretty much just swing Seto, or just like swing Seto. Like, I don't know what the combo structure of the game is, but you can throw 2 of these out in one combo, knowing that it's going to eat away at your health. So it must be doing a lot of damage for it to be taking away from your own health. I'm very interested to see how quickly that actually drains. It might not be viable to just be spamming Setos even though you can get your health back. It might just not be viable enough to do that, but we shall see. The next thing they show us is his awakening, sword release, Black Winged Demon. By releasing the sword and releasing the Black Winged Demon, the performance is enhanced. The amount of spiritual power gained is particularly enhanced, making it easier to use spiritual pressure techniques. So same thing as Ichigo, performance is enhanced, so I'm assuming all of these go up. Similar to Ichigo, again, his EX meter will increase, but it'll be at a faster rate than what full mask Ichigo's does. His reawakening, his sword liberation second level, or as they say in the trailer, his segunda etapa. When fighting spirit reaches its maximum from the awakened state, so once you hit sublimation, it becomes possible to reawaken to the second level of sword liberation. That's all they give us. They don't tell us if it changes your moveset, how long you have it, how much it increases your stats, or anything like that. It's just you get another awakening. So unfortunately, there isn't a lot of detail there, but that just gets me even more excited to see more about this game live. Like, we just need more gameplay. I know they gave us gameplay, but we need more. If you guys like these, definitely leave a like, a comment, and subscribe. Let me know who you're excited for. I know we kind of got out of order. We were supposed to do Toshiro and Rangiku and Kenpachi first, but things happen. It's been real. It's your boy, Lee, the Warlord, and I'm out of here. Peace.